Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Vijay Girthori, and in this video, I'll explain you how security group works in AWS. So here, the main purpose of using security groups is it gives security to the instance level. By controlling inbound and outbound traffic rules, we can give security to the instance level. So here, security group acts as a virtual firewall for your instances to control inbound and outbound traffic. So here again, firewall is nothing but firewall is a network security device which monitors inbound and outbound traffic rules with predefined security rules. And at last, the main purpose of security group is they provide security at the instance level by allowing you to define rules that specify which traffic is allowed to reach your instances. So now let's create an EC2 instance and I will explain you each and everything by doing practical. So here you can see this is my AWS management console. So first we need to navigate to EC2. And here you can see under network and security you can find here security groups. So first let's select here instances and let's create an EC2 instance. So directly select here launch instance. So here you can see right now we don't have any of the EC2 instance, so let's directly select here launch instance. And here first you need to give the name of the instance, so I'm giving instance 1. And OS I'm going to select Amazon Linux, so I'm going to select this. And we need to select instance type, so here I'm going to select T2 medium. And we need to select key pair. And when it comes to networking, so here you can see first we need to provide VPC. We need to provide subnet. So here you can see firewall, which is security group. So when we create any of the EC2 instance, we need to provide security group. So here you can understand security group gives security to the instance level. So previously I said like that. So here when we create EC2 instance, we need to specify security group. So here you can see it will display two different options, which is like create security group and select an existing security group. So if you are having an existing security group, you can directly select this and directly drop down this and you can directly select that existing security group. So or else if you want to create a new security group, directly select this. And here first we need to specify name of the security group. So here I'm giving instance security group and I'll copy this same and I'll remove this and I will paste it here. So by default, when we create any of the EC2 instance, we need to specify security group. So if you are going to create a new security group, by default, it will take SSH guys. So here I'm going to remove this. So here you can see right now we are going to create an EC2 instance and we are going to create a new security group for this, and but we are not giving any of the inbound traffic. So here you can see we are not giving any of the inbound traffic. So here you can see when I open this and when I open this security groups, we don't have this security group. So here you can see this is the name we have given instance security group. So let's open this and let's reload this. So here you can see we don't have instance security group. Here you can see we are going to create with this name. So with this name, here you can see we don't have any of the security group. So here you can see in security group you can find all the security groups. So let's remove this and here you can see we are not providing. So let's keep here I. Okay. So here you can see we are not giving any of the inbound traffic rules. So here let's directly I'm going with the 8 GB. So here directly select launch instance. Let's select here instances and let's reload this. And here you can see our instance is in pending state. So let's directly select this instance and come to security. Under security, here you can see security group. So here you can see we have created a new security group. So this is the name instance security group. So when I open this in a new tab, it will redirect to security groups. So here you can see it will redirect to here. So here you can see in this security group, we don't have any of the inbound rules. So here you can see no security group rules found. So here when I open this security groups, so here you can see when I open this security groups, so here you can see instance security group. We have created this in security group, but we haven't given any of the inbound traffic. So here you can see you can find all these here. So here you can see when I select here inbound rules, we haven't given any of the inbound rule. So let's close this and let's try to connect to this EC2 instance using SSH. So here directly I'll select using connect. So using Cloud Shell I'm going to connect. Directly select connect and here connect. So now it will fail guys. It will not connect. Why? Because means we haven't given access to port 22. So port 22 is nothing but it is SSH. So here you can see failed to connect to your instance. So it was failed. Or else let's try in some other ways, like let's connect using Mobo XTEM. So we need to copy public IPv4 address and open Mobo XTEM and session SSH. And here we need to provide public IPv4 address, and here we need to provide EC2 hyphen user. So why I'm giving here EC2 hyphen user means we are created EC2 instance with Amazon Linux OS, so we need to provide EC2 hyphen user. So if you are going to create with Ubuntu, you need to provide here Ubuntu. Directly select here advanced SSH settings and check mark this. And here you need to give the path of the key paste. So this is the key I have given. Directly select OK. Now here also it will not connect, guys. It will fail. So why? Because means we haven't given access to port 22, which is SSH. So let's wait. So here you can see in security groups you can find each and everything. So let's come here, and here let's open security group. Or else here you can see directly select this instance and directly select security and directly select this instance security group. So here you can see no security group rules found, not found. That means we haven't given any of the security group. So let's directly come here to mobile XTEM. So here you can see network error connection timeout. So that means we haven't given port 22, so that's why it was not connecting. So to avoid this issue, directly come to your security groups. So here you can see this is the instance. So here you can see this is the instance. Directly select this instance, go to security. Here you can see security group. So directly select this security group, and here you can see directly select inbound rules. So we haven't given any of the inbound rules, so that's why it was throwing an error. Directly select here edit inbound rule and directly select here add rule. And here you can see directly select this, and here directly select SSH. So here SSH stand on the port of 22. Here you can see port 22. So here we need to select this, and here I'm going to select save rule. So now here you can see in inbound rules, we have given access to port 22, which is TCP transmission control protocol. So it runs under the port of 22 and type is SSH. So when I come here, then when I select here R, which is restart. So here you can see it was connected. So why? Because means we have given access to port 22. So here you can see here using Cloud Shell we have connected. So let's remove this. Let's remove this, and let's select here instances, and let's directly select here connect. So now you can see it will also connect. Directly select here connect. Here you can see it was connected. So here when I hit sudo apt update hyphen y. So sorry, right now we are using Amazon Linux, so we need to use yum. So if you are using Ubuntu, you need to use apt. So here I'm using sudo yum update hyphen y. So it will update our instance. Let's clear the screen. So here you can see right now we are in EC2 user. So sudo hyphen I, it will become to root user, guys. So here you can see right now we are in root user. So let's come here and let's try this sudo yum update hyphen y sudo hyphen I. So here you can see it was working. So why? Because means we have given access to port 22 for this instance. So now let's do one thing. Let's go to some advanced slowly. Let's install Docker and let's run SonarCube container. So why? Because means SonarCube runs under the port of 9000. So I'll explain you while doing all practical, guys. So let's directly come here to Cloud Shell, or else you can directly work from here Mobile XTEM. Anything is enough, guys. So let's come here. So here let's install Docker. Sudo yum install docker hyphen y. So why I'm installing Docker means directly I'm going to run containers, SonarCube container. So we can reduce time. So that's why I'm using Docker. And let's clear the screen. Sudo systemctl start Docker. So it will start Docker. And let's see status. Sudo systemctl status Docker. So it will show the status. So here you can see right now it is in active and running, and it is in disabled state. So we need to enable this. Let's clear the screen. Sudo systemctl enable Docker, and again let's see status. So now here you can see it is in enable and it is in active and running. So let's clear the screen. Docker hyphen version. So this is the Docker version. Okay, let's clear the screen. So now let's install. Let's run SonarCube container. So when I select here Docker images, we don't have any Docker images. Docker ps-a. It will display stopped containers and running containers. So we don't have any of the stopped container and running container even. So let's clear the screen. So let's run SonarCube container. So by installing SonarCube means here SonarCube runs under the port of 9000. So I will explain you each and everything. So here command is docker run hyphen d hyphen name sonar hyphen p. SonarCube runs under the port of 9000. So 9000 and 9000. SonarCube LTS long-term support hyphen community and enter. So first it will check locally. So it will it if it is in not available locally, so it will pull from Docker registry, guys. Now here you can see it was pulling from Docker registry, SonarCube container. So let's wait. So here you can see within fraction of seconds it was completed. So when we install manually, it will take more time. So that's why I installed this Docker. So let's select here Docker images. So here you can see SonarCube image. So when I select here Docker ps-a, so here you can see our Sonar. This is the container ID, and SonarCube container is created with in last 19 seconds ago. And here you can see status is in running. So here you can see port is 9000. So SonarCube is running under the port of 9000, which is TCP transmission control protocol. So we need to access with EC2 instance public IPv4 address and with port 9000. So here you can see our container is running, guys. So let's try to connect to the SonarCube. Directly come here, copy public IPv4 address, and here open a new tab, and let's paste it here. And we need to access with port 9000. So here you can see now it will throw an error. So why? Because means, guys, we haven't given access to port 9000 in our inbound rules. So here you can see when I select this instance and when I select security and when I select this security group, here you can see we have given access to port only 22. So here you can see it was running under the port of only 22, which is SSH. So we haven't given to port 9000. So here you can see we haven't given port 9000. So here you can see this site can't be reached. So in security group, so here you can see our Docker container is running. So here you can see when I clear the screen and when I select here Docker ps-a, our container is running. But here you can see while we are accessing with port 9000, it was throwing an error, guys. Why? Because means we haven't given access to port 9000 in our security groups inbound rules. So let's give access to port 9000. So let's directly come to here security group. So here you can see this is our instance. And here you can see in security, this is the security groups we have attached to this instance. So I will open the security group and come down. And here you need to select edit inbound rules. So here you need to select add rule, custom TCP, and we need to mention here port number. So here SonarCube is running under the port of 9000. So here you can see SonarCube is running under the port of 9000. So directly come here and mention that port number, which is 9000. So here I am providing this and directly select here save rules. So here you can see inbound security rules successfully modified on security group. So this is the security group ID and this is the security group name, which is instance security group. We have given this name. So when I select here, so here you can see we have given access to custom TCP. So which is port 9000. We have given this access. So when I come here and when I reload this, it will work. So here you can see SonarCube is working. So the initial username and password is admin login and okay. Never old password is admin. New password. Let's give Vijay update and number. So here you can see SonarCube is running. So now let's do one thing. So if you don't want to give access to SonarCube, so that means if you don't want to give access to port 9000, so directly select here edit inbound rules and here directly select here delete, guys. So here you can see 9000, directly delete this and save rules. And here you can see right now we have only SSH. So let's come here and let's reload this. Now here you can see this will not work, guys. So here you can see it was loading, but it will not work. So let's wait, or else let's directly come here and again let's copy public IPv4 address of our EC2 instance, and let's open in a new tab, and let's access with port 9000. So here you can see again our our Sonar Cube container is running here. When I select here Docker ps-a, here you can see our Sonar Cube container is running, but it will not work. Here, just observe this. It will not work. So let's wait. It was loading. Okay, it was taking more time. So let's wait. So here you can see this site can't be reached. So here you can see this site can't be reached. So let's close this. So here you can see it was throwing an error. So why? Because means we have removed access to port 9000 in security group. So again, let's go to instances and let's select security, and here let's select security groups, and here let's select edit inbound rule, and here let's select custom TCP, and we need to mention that port number which is 9000. SonarCube is running under the port of 9000. So here I'm going to select this and select save rules. So let's come here and let's reload this. Now it will work. So here you can see now it was working. So now you can understand how security group works. So now let's install. That means now let's run Grafana container. Here I will open Docker Hub, and here let's open Docker Hub. In search bar, directly search for Grafana. Here you can install manually, guys. So why I'm not installing manually means it will take more time. That's why I'm using this Docker. So directly open this. So here Grafana runs under the port of 3000. So let's access this. So here you can see this is the command to run Grafana container. So let's directly copy this. Let's come here. Let's clear the screen and let's paste it here. Directly select here, paste. So before doing this, let's select here Docker images. So when I select here Docker images, so here you can see we are having only SonarCube container. SonarCube image. So when I select here Docker ps-a, we are having only SonarCube container. So let's run this Grafana container. Copy this, come to terminal and paste it here. Select enter. Now first it will check locally. So if it is not available locally, it will pull from Docker registry. So here you can see it was pulling from Docker registry. Let's wait and let's clear this screen. So when I select here Docker images, so here you can see Grafana image. So when I select here Docker ps, sorry, Docker ps-a. Sorry for this. So here you can see our Grafana container is also running. So it was created in last 19 seconds ago. So here you can see Grafana is running under the port of 3000, which is a transmission control protocol. So let's do one thing. Let's connect to Grafana. Directly open instances and copy here. Let's go to details, copy public IPv4 address, and let's close this. Open a new tab and access with port 3000. 3000, enter. So now it will not connect, guys. So here you can see again. Let's go to security and open the security groups. So in this security group, we haven't given access to port 3000. Right now, it was having only to port 22 and 9000, which is SonarCube and SSH. So we haven't given to access to port 3000, which is Grafana. So here you can see this site can't be reached. So to work this directly, so here you can see our Grafana container is running. So here you can see this is our Grafana container. So this is our Grafana container is running, but it was not accessing to this Grafana container. So to avoid this issue, directly go to, so this is the security group. Directly select here edit inbound rules. Select here add rule. Select custom TCP, and you need to mention that port number which is 3000. And here directly select this. Here select save rules. So here you can see inbound security group rules successfully modified on security group. So this is the security group ID and this is the security group name. So here you can see right now we have given three inbound rules, which is 9000 is for Sonar Cube, 22 is for SSH, 3000 is for Grafana. So let's come here and let's directly reload this. So here you can see 3000 is for Grafana. Reload. So here you can see Grafana is running. Now you can understand guys how Grafana, how security group is working. So here I am explaining in a detailed way. So initial username and password is admin, and let's select here new password Vijay and submit and never. So here you can see this is the Grafana dashboard. So when you are installing any of the package in your EC2 instance, then you need to give access to that port number. Then only you can access to your Grafana servers or Sonar Cube. It may be anything. You need to give access to that ports in security group. So now at last, let's do one thing. Let's install HTTPD web server. So here HTTPD web server works under the port of 80. So we haven't given access to port 80. So let's directly come here. Let's clear the screen. So let's install HTTPD web server. Sudo yum install httpd-y. So it will install httpd. Let's clear the screen. Sudo systemctl start httpd, and let's see the status. So here you can see it is in active and running. Here you can see active and running, but it is in disabled state. And sudo systemctl enable httpd. Let's again select here status. So here you can see it is in enable and it is in active and running. So let's clear the screen. So let's access to HTTPD web server. So here you can see when I select here status HTTPD, it is in active and running. So let's connect to our HTTPD web server. Directly select here instances, copy public IPv4 address and paste it here directly and select here enter. So again it will not work guys. So why? Because means again I am telling you in security group. Here you can see in this security group we haven't given access to port 80. So 80 is nothing but HTTP. So we haven't given access to port 80. So that's why it will not work. So I think you can understand each and everything how security group works. So let's come here. So here you can see this site can't be reached. So again directly go to security groups. Here select edit inbound rules, and here you can see we have given these three. Select here add rule. Select here HTTP. So here you can see HTTP and directly select here you can see in port range it was automatically taking 80. So HTTP runs under the port of 80. So here I'm going to select this and save rules. Let's come here and let's reload this. And here you can see now it was working. This is only the test page guys. So powered by Apache. So here you can see. So yes, this is how security group works. So here you can install any of packages in your EC2 instances, but you need to give access in your security groups. So if you want to see here, you can see in security groups, directly go to security groups. So here you can see this is the security group we have created to our EC2 instance. So when I select here instances, so let's open this in a new tab again. So this is the instance we have created. For this instance in security group, you can see this is the security group name, instance security group. So here you can see instance security group. So when I select this instance, here in inbound rules, you can find all the rules. So here you can see up to now we have given this all inbound rules. So this is how you can work with security group. So again, if you are going to delete this EC2 instance, automatically this security group will delete guys. So yes, that's it for today's video. And if you want to terminate this instance, directly select here instance state and directly select here terminate instance. So let's directly select here terminate instance. Terminate. So here you can see it is in shutdowning state. So let's come here and let's select here security groups. So this is the security group. So this is the security group. So let's see whether it will delete or not. Let's come here, and here you can see it is in shutting down state. So my suggestion is after completing your labs and everything, try to remove your instance, guys. So it is in shutdowning state. So here you can see our instance is terminated. So let's come here and let's reload this page once. So here you can see we have terminated our EC2 instance, but security group was not deleted. So directly select here this security group and select actions and directly select here delete security group. Delete and just reload this. So here you can see security group also deleted. So yes, this is how. So here you can see this will not work now. Yes, Sonar Cube, Grafana, everything will not work. So why? Because means we terminated this EC2 instance. So yes guys, that's it for today's video. And if you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And see you in the next video and bye.